Hey, this is Elena Lipson, self-care coach, inner work mentor, and this is take two. I just recorded a whole video and the audio went, so I'm doing it again. And I wanted to share a quick tip today on this beautiful solstice day of 2020. So many ceremonies and rituals happening around the world. And one of my favorite self-care practices that I teach and practice and put into everything that I do is having a gratitude practice. But gratitude practices don't work in and of themselves unless you do this one thing, and unless you have this one awareness. So if you're watching this for the second time, thank you. The video for the first recording did not work. Something happened with the audio. It sounded like a robot. So I just took it as an invitation to move on, be grateful for the lesson, and do it again, which is, harder, easier said than done. I mean, it's harder to do because you're like, oh, I already did it once. So why gratitude? The only way that gratitude works. So the biggest mistake that people make is to not get fully present in their mind, body, and soul before their gratitude practice. So here's what happens. You start to do a gratitude practice where you're writing or you're saying thank you, and all of a sudden your ego starts to tell you all the reasons in the past that you should be ungrateful and like things should have been different and all the mistakes that you've made. Or you start worrying about the future and your mind starts telling you, well, yeah, but you're grateful. Yeah, but this. Or like, I know I'm going to have more money. I know I'm going to have better relationships. Yeah, but you don't. Right. So it's kind of easy to kick yourself out of that mode. So the key to having a gratitude practice that actually helps you create, amplify, and to manifest what you're actually being grateful for and more of what you're grateful for is to have a presencing practice, to get into the now. The only place that you can create from is in this very present moment. So I want to give you 3 simple ways to get present before you do your gratitude practice. It does not have to take a long time. It does not have to be complicated. Number 1 is to get into nature. And even if it's as simple as sitting at the window, looking up at the moon or the sky or the stars or the sun or the clouds or the rain, whatever, and allowing yourself to be in all of your senses with nature brings you into the present like nothing else. Number 2 is to somehow get into your body, whether it's dancing or stretching or a little yoga or whatever gets you into the present. Jump rope or pushing some push-ups, do 10 jumping jacks. If you are in your body, you're in your senses, and that is the only place that you can actually have a deep gratitude practice that amplifies what you want. And the third way is to empty yourself out of all the thoughts that you have. For some of you, that might be meditation, but if you don't have a meditation practice, you might actually get more stressed out and not present for meditating. So if you do have a meditation practice, spend a minute or 5 minutes just getting into your body, into the stillness before you do your gratitude practice. But if you don't have a meditation practice and you're not interested in creating one, I'm not here to convince you. The simple thing you can do is grab a piece of paper and just do a brain dump of all the thoughts you're thinking with no judgment. You're not like journaling, you're just writing down all the thoughts. And then you can rip it up, you can throw it out, you can burn it, whatever you want to do. At least you're creating a clearing space. And then from that place, you've gotten present and you're able to actually appreciate what you have in front of you instead of being distracted by your past or worried about your future. Because what happens is there's one aspect of us that is always present, and that's our soul, our innermost knowing, our soul. It's beyond time, beyond space, doesn't have those constraints, but our mind and our body does. So when you're distracted, the goal is to try to align your mind and your body with your soul so you can actually have a practice that is of deep presence. And from this moment, this power of now, as Eckhart Tolle writes a whole book about, right? That's how much work we can do around being present. That's where you start to be grateful for. And that's when you start actually seeing things amplified. You start seeing synchronicities. You start seeing manifestations. Things you were thinking about are happening. People you were thinking about are calling you. You are the perfect place, the perfect time, perfect person at the perfect time arrives, or helpful people come and help you with things, or all of a sudden you have this idea that turns into something really amazing. So that is why gratitude alone doesn't work unless you marry it with getting into the present moment. And I've given you three ways to do that: nature, movement, and emptying out via brain dump. And if you do meditate, it's a perfect practice. If you can meditate for as little as 3 to 5 minutes before you do a gratitude practice, you'll notice that you are actually connecting to yourself at a much deeper level. If you don't know where to get started with gratitude, I have a really cool gift for you. Just click below. It's called the Magic Morning Habit, and it will help you do all of this with ease and grace. It's a free gift. There's a principle workbook. There is four emotion curated playlists for you, and I will walk you through how to create your own magic morning gratitude habit. I hope you try it and let me know what you think. And I will see you over, if you want to find me on Instagram, Elena_Lipson. Otherwise, I'm grateful for you right here, right now. I'll see you on the next one.